751 of the...
Albanese started her remarks expressing regret that she was not able to present her report in person due to what she called unlawful and spiteful sanctions imposed on her for fulfilling a UN mandate, while slamming the General Assembly for not taking a firmer stand against the US action.
This Assembly should have already confronted this dangerous precedent. These measures constitute an assault on the UN itself, its independence, its integrity, its very soul. If left unchallenged, these sanctions will drive yet another nail into the coffin of the multilateral system.
She argued that her latest report reflected on the horrors experienced by Palestinians as a culmination of decades of moral and political failure within a colonial world order sustained by a global system of complicity.
Through unlawful actions and deliberate omissions, too many states have harmed, funded and shielded Israel's militarized apartheid, allowing its settler colonial enterprise to metastasize into genocide, the ultimate crime against the indigenous people of Palestine.
In response to her briefing, Israel's envoy accused Albanese of using her UN position to spread hate, of defending terrorists, and showing unambiguous and vile contempt for Israel, the United States and the West, calling Hamas her biggest supporter.
Miss Albanese, every time you try to curse Israel with falsehood and libels, your curses fail. Miss Albanese, you are a witch, and this report is another page in your spell book. You have tried to curse Israel with lies and hatred, but your poison has failed. Every page of this report is an empty spell. Every accusation a charm that does not work, because you are a failed witch. Your words have no power, and your report will have no impact.
Before I give the microphone to the next speaker...
The third committee chair mildly warned the Israeli representative to avoid derogatory and inflammatory remarks, and that personal attacks against mandate holders would not be tolerated, as South Africa's representative also expressed alarm.
South Africa is concerned about the rhetoric used by Israel to disguise and deflect from the human rights situation in the state of Palestine, where an occupying regime is implementing a racist system of segregation against the Palestinian people, resulting in a genocide and the slow poison of apartheid. Chair, we have heard from Israel that it is a democracy that upholds human rights in a just war and will be on the right side of history. A shocking statement when we realize the constant violations of human rights against Palestinians for whom Israel has a legal responsibility as an occupying power. Let us be clear. Israel is a colonial oppressor that is systematically undertaking measures that in its most abhorrent manifestation has resulted in genocide and apartheid, denying Palestinians their inherent dignity.
While Albanese also responded to Israel's verbal attack.
It's grotesque and frankly delusional that a genocidal state can't respond to the substance of my findings, and the best thing that he resorts to is accusing me of witchcraft. So be it. You're the one accused of genocide. If the worst thing you can accuse me for is witchcraft, I take it. But rest assured that if I had the power to make spells, I would use it not for vengeance. I would use it to stop your crimes once and for all, and to make sure that those responsibles end up behind bars. And I would make sure that everyone from the river to the sea, Jewish people, Muslim people, Christian people, and secular people lived in freedom and enjoying their rights, not just privilege for few.
Special rapporteurs have increasingly come under attack for their work.
The United Nations has maintained that sanctioning Albanese is not in line with the Vienna Convention and a violation of the Convention on the Privileges and Immunities of the United Nations. The Secretary-General spokesperson warned that unilaterally sanctioning special rapporteurs or any other UN expert or official was unacceptable, in addition to setting a dangerous precedent. While noting that member states were entitled to disagree with the findings of special rapporteurs, they urged engagement with the UN human rights architecture. And for his part, UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk in July called for the prompt reversal of US sanctions against Albanese and for attacks and threats against special rapporteurs to stop. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.